he wants something, and the guy told us that he's going to have his dinner at home.
Okay.
But the boy is with bruises over here, over here.
Okay.
And I showed him paper,
Okay.
asking him if he needs help.
Okay.
First, he denied.
Okay.
And the second time that I showed him a paper, he said that he needs help.
Okay.
I don't know what to do, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk to him.
Okay.
Let's speak with him.
I've got one right in the middle.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right there and more down.
All right, look up for me. Perfect. And there's more down, you said?
Yeah, there's more down. Right there.
Okay. Do you know where that's from?
Probably where he punched me this morning.
Where you punched you this morning?
Yeah, he kept punching me.
He just got punched you in the chest? Okay.
January 1st, 2021. A hotel restaurant. A family sitting down for dinner on New Year's Day. Every plate has food on it. Every person at that table is eating except one. An 11-year-old boy, hoodie up, mask on, glasses on, not eating, and covered in bruises that nobody at that table was supposed to notice. But someone did. A restaurant worker who had no legal obligation to get involved, no training in child abuse investigations, and no guarantee that she was right. She noticed something was wrong. She found a way to ask the boy a question his parents could not see. She asked it twice. And what he told her with a nod of his head changed everything. From that moment, the whole evening starts coming apart. One explanation at a time, one injury at a time, until the boy finally says the thing he has been trained not to say out loud. This is the case where one stranger paying attention made the difference between a child going home to more of the same and a child finally being heard. This is proof on record.
He's inside. So it's the boy with the jacket with the hoodie up.
The guy, the big guy
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, so it's that family, it's the kid with the hoodie on that they think is having an issue. So yeah,
Still not enough though, bro.
no, she said there's bruises on the face, bruises on the forearms, and that he's gonna have dinner at home. So you should talk to the kid then?
You gotta talk to them and see if they'll allow you to ask some questions.
Yeah.
No.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Doing alright. Oh, you're doing great. Good. This must be like a little area where everybody's hungry.
Yeah.
So you come in, the sheriff's office was here, they had like.
No, really?
Yeah, well, we're actually here for you.
Uh-oh.
So, okay. All right, mind if you come outside with me for a little bit, boss?
Yes.
All right. Anything going on?
Not that we know.
Nothing. Anything going on? Good. How you doing, boss?
Pretty good.
What's going on?
Nothing really much. So, I
If you
actually.
just stay over there, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Tell him everything, okay?
Okay. So one night, I actually got rolled out of bed.
Okay.
And I actually hit the table right here.
Okay.
My nightstand is literally right beside my bed. We're living in a hotel.
Okay.
We need some help getting a house.
You need help getting a house?
Yeah, we need help getting a house.
Okay. So you guys got kind of like in a struggle right now
We
with
are.
money?
Yes, my dad.
Okay.
My dad is not working.
Right.
He's furloughed, but he can't look for work.
Uh-huh.
But he can be asked to come to work.
Right.
My mom's working. She's the one who's paying all the bills.
Right.
We're in a tough situation.
Okay. Why aren't you eating, boss?
Do what?
Why aren't you eating? You don't want food or anything? You're not hungry?
No, not really.
You sure?
Yeah.
Actually, I can buy you something if you guys need some food.
I'm good.
Your skin and bones.
I know. I've been trying to work out, but
Yeah.
it's not helping.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11?
Yeah, if you need my birthday, I can tell you.
No.
Do you know how you received the injuries to his face?
Well, the nose, I was ex-military. We're having trouble out of him behaving at home. And so I've been having to do some planks for punishment. And when he goes to do the planks, what he does is he lays on the carpet in the hotel room and he'll just rub his head there and he'll tell you to head up. And so it's the carpet.
Oh, you guys are busy.
No, we moved down in Maine. We're trying to get out of the hotel because we're living in a hotel right now. We're trying to get a house. I actually just got approved for the VSS, a veteran that's like Section 8 HUD, but it's for military members. And so what they do is they help get people, homeless vets, off the streets and into a house. And so I just got to get a house and we'll get moved out the hotel. I actually started working at Disney in February.
Oh, okay.
They laid us off. They furloughed us in the morning.
So you only got like a month of work.
Well, I came down as an intern in August, and then I got hired. My hire date was in February, so my program was up in February. Got hired. I was looking for a house. I was 2 days away from signing a contract on a lender when they backed out because Disney furloughed.
Yeah, I'm just here because we got people that are worried about you.
Yeah.
So, what happened to your cheek? Like the side of your head right there. Is that the same thing from the table?
Yeah, on the other side of my bed. I got another nightstand.
Okay. It's like no one's like hitting you or anything?
Nah.
You gonna lie to me, right?
Yeah, no. I don't lie to the law.
To the law? Good. So everything's good within the family? You don't have any trouble with your dad or anything like that?
No.
No? Your dad hasn't like...
No, we just moved down here, back in like May or April.
Okay.
Our family was back in Alabama.
Okay. Is that where your accent's from? You got a little accent to you. Like a little southern accent.
Yeah, I actually got, this and this down here.
Okay. So pretty recent?
Yeah.
Cool. You mind if I see it real quick? I have to take your hood off?
Sure.
Take your mask off too? I'll stay away from you, but I just want to look at it. So that's a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
So, it's just from the nightstand?
Yeah, just from the nightstand.
Okay. Alright.
Does he have any other injuries?
Not that I'm aware of.
Any reason why he wasn't eating right now?
Well, he had ate earlier. He had pizza, and so we come in because we're getting ready for bed, but it's dinner time, so we come in to eat, and he'd already ate. So, like they even asked, we told him that the other things he already had it.
You sure you don't want any food?
I'm sure.
Alright, boss. Well, let me talk to your dad real quick, alright?
Alright. So I just get out
You
here?
can come back. You can come back inside. Come on. I'll talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, so what? How old is your son?
He's 11.
He's 11? Okay. And you guys are in a hotel right now?
Yes.
Okay. What happened to his face?
All right, so all this right here is like I was telling them, I'm ex-military.
Okay.
We're having a lot of trouble out of misbehaving and not minding. He's, you ask him to do a chore, he don't do it. We got a lizard. He's not feeding the lizard, but he's telling us he's feeding the lizard. So we're trying to teach him responsibility and how not feeding it can cause problems with death. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm a little fat. I just got stuff. So instead of disciplinary actions and then things like spankings and punishments and groundings ain't working, I've started doing exercises. And so he's been doing planks on the floor at the hotel.
Okay.
It's got carpet. So he's laying down, he's doing his planks, but he's not doing them. He keeps putting his head down on the carpet.
Okay.
And laying it down up because he's laying down. Get up, get the head up. He's got to do a plank.
Okay.
And so he's got carpet burn right here.
Okay.
It's right here on the side. He was sitting on the floor beside the table. The table's a high, like a roller well under the desk table. And I went to tell him to do something, and he got smart with me. And so I jumped up. I went to yell at him and tell him it's not, you don't back talk, this, that, and the other. And when I did, he jumped back under the table, and his head caught the leg of the table.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so his story's a little different. So, and you're sure that's what happened?
You can ask my wife. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not the best dad in the world, but I try to do what I can.
Right.
I was telling them I'm actually been trying to get help with military services so that we can get off the streets because in Florida we're technically homeless
Right.
because we're living in a hotel. We just moved to it and so we're trying to get a house.
Okay.
The biggest problem,
So far.
the biggest problem we're having is trying to get into an apartment or a house. They require 3 times the rent for income.
So what? Yeah. Why would his story be different from yours? Did you tell him like have a different story?
No, sir. I haven't told him anything. As far as I know, like I don't know what would be a problem or issue. I know that he's been lying a lot. Like today, we're trying to figure out what's going on. He took out the trash today.
Okay.
Right. Well, he has ADHD.
Okay.
And he has transitional disorder. It's supposed to be being treated through a psychologist, but since we've been in Florida, we haven't got him set up on a medical plan to have all care or whatever y'all have.
Yep.
And so he hasn't been to therapist since May.
Okay.
So he hasn't had any of his medication. He's lacking focus. He's not doing good in school. Teachers, obviously it's online. Take the trash out.
Yep.
Which is weird because we're having to tell him how to do everything and when to do it because he's not doing his job. So he goes to take the trash out, comes back when he goes to do his planks. They sit there and had a Crunch Bar wrapper in his pocket.
Okay.
Where'd you get the Crunch Bar? Because he's not allowed to have processed sugars because the ADHD counteracts and knocks with his medicine. He wants to tell us that he picked it up off the ground outside and ate it when he was coming back in from the trash. You mean to tell me you picked the candy bar up off the ground, opened it, and ate it?
Right.
We're trying to be safe and stay away from things like that because of COVID-19. You're telling me that you've done that. When I know that he got it out the little container in the closet full of all the Christmas candies and stuff.
Right.
But he wants to lie about it. So he's been doing a lot of lying and storytelling anyway. Like I said, he'll tell you he fed the crickets we had breakfast, school supplies, breakfast and lunches right now. We go pick them up. You have 7 apples. You have so many this, that, and the other.
All right, let me ask you because we're getting a little off track. All right, so obviously he's your child, your dad, right? Okay, so when he does something wrong, like what is it that you do as far as like reprimanding him?
Well, we started off talking to him, talking it and do it. I've been a stepdad for 5 years. I've talked.
So he's not yours.
He's not
like blood related. Your stepdad. Okay.
She's mine, and then we have one on the way.
Okay.
But we started talking to him, and it never got any better. It just progressively got worse. So then he started getting grounded from things.
You make him do planks for punishment.
We'll do planks and push-ups, jumping jacks, mountain climbers, things like that.
So you said the carpet burn on his nose is from planks, and the bruising is from you jumped up.
I jumped up to yell at him. I was going to have him do some mountain climbers.
Did you used to beat him?
No.
Did you used to ever punch him by hitting him and stuff?
No. I've used a belt on him before.
Let me ask you, what happened to his entire right arm?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, he's got bruises and stuff on it. We've noticed it. We've seen it. But we don't know what's going on. We have 2 hotel rooms. So he sleeps in one at night by himself. And we sleep in the other one in the beds because we had a double bedroom. But on Thanksgiving, the guys up above us, they fell asleep and all the water flooded. So they moved us out the room and split us up. So we got 2 rooms. So we've got 2 different beds now.
So neither you nor wife stays with your 11-year-old child?
Not at night. We make sure that he's asleep before we leave. But it's no different. It's a hotel and a locked door. It's no different than a bedroom in our house.
I'm just curious. I was asking.
And that's one of the concerns we're having is he over there getting up in the middle of the night doing something or not doing something.
How long is it? How long? So you said you noticed these bruises. How long has it been since you noticed his bruising on the entirety of his right arm?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's the actual entirety. He's got spots of bruises.
It's literally all the way up.
Well, I don't know if it's that bad, but as far as noticing it, it's been about a week and a half, and he's gotten more and more.
Did you ask him about it?
He never knows. And it's not just that. You can ask him why he didn't load the dishwasher or start the dishwasher before he went to bed, and it's always, well, I didn't know whether I was supposed to start it or not.
You know he's 11, right?
Yes. And I understand that. That's why we try to talk to him and explain things and this, that, and the other.
It's just not a good look that your 11-year-old son bringing calls with bruising all over him.
Absolutely. We had a problem. So for 5 years, he had another dad that wasn't his.
Okay.
All right. So his dad left before he was born. The other guy raised him for 5 years. So that's all he knew as a dad. The guy had diabetes and wasn't properly taking care of himself, lost both of his legs. So And me and her met at work. I was working at Olive Garden with her, and I was working there. She started.
Okay.
And so therefore, I became part of their life. And like, so the transitional disorder part, he just started acting out more, I think.
Right. So you're saying that you've never hit the kid.
Not never physically hit him. I have spanked him and whooped him before.
Right. But the bruising on him.
The bruising on his face and his arms is not for me.
Okay.
Well, she's on the way though. She wanna see.
All right, little man. One more time.
Hey, but can you do me a favor? Just roll up your sleeve again, please.
If you can help, because I'm hurting.
But like, that's not.
That's a hand right there, right?
That's somebody's hand.
How does that happen? That's from what?
Started from when we were wrestling.
Wrestling?
Who are you wrestling with?
My dad.
Your dad?
My mom's always pretty much always at work. She's probably off like 1 day a week.
What are you guys wrestling?
We play wrestling.
Play wrestle?
Yeah.
How often do you guys do that?
Not very often. We just did it yesterday. And today.
Now, which is your left arm fine? Is your left arm?
I'm not really sure because this one started hurting when I rolled up my sleeve.
Yeah, still got a feel on there.
Yeah.
One more time with what happened to your face, because I'm getting two different stories. So, does your dad make you do planks and stuff like that?
Stop.
He does. Yeah.
I got it, or we just got the, you know they live. 5610, right? Major?
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's crazy. We never got calls about them specifically. You know what I mean? We're always getting called there.
He used to, at first, I was doing this exercise.
Played that, I don't know, was that work?
Yeah.
He told me
Oh, I know. Yeah, I can see right. Yeah.
make a V, go then down, and just wanted to
You could tell she hesitated too, like when you asked.
I'm not sure.
And she was like, well.
I'll do something myself. I'm not. This one's not.
Okay, because what your dad told me is that you didn't do something, and he went to go jump up and yell at you, and so you got scared, jumped off the bed, and hit the table. Is that what really happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So why are you lying to me?
I'm not. I just can't remember because of my head.
Okay. You already have a headache? Okay.
Pretty bad in here.
Yeah, he said he wasn't hungry.
If you want to write it down, I can. It felt probably different than you're gonna feel it.
Write it down?
Yeah.
Go ahead, write it down. Can you write down your birthday too?
Yes.
See how far she was?
Just get a phone number for them.
Yeah.
So we could tell.
Hi.
That's my birthday and my name.
Fantastic, bud.
I need to take pictures of his whole arm, his face, even without the mask and the glasses.
Okay.
And put that in. I'm gonna talk to mom for a second, and then I'll be back. Where's mom though?
All right, boss man. Can you take a few pictures, all right? You want to take your mask off for me? And your glasses? Start from the bottom.
It's all the way up to the
Yeah.
top. That's all it's out of.
Do you have a shirt underneath there?
I do.
Might you want to take the jacket off? Make it easier for you.
She told me not to take my coat off.
Okay, that's fine. Then don't do that. Can you just roll like over your shoulder? Can you roll this over your shoulder? So I just get that one.
Probably.
Perfect. Yep.
But I can't tell if that's all of it because I see some right here too.
Okay. Yeah, I got most of it. And then, is there anything else?
I don't think so. But right here I'm hurting.
Do you have a bruise there in your chest?
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've got one right in the middle.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right there and more down.
All right, look up for me. Perfect. And there's more down, you said?
Yeah, there's more down. Right there.
Okay. Do you know where that's from?
Probably where you touched me this morning.
Where he punched you this morning?
Yeah, he kept punching me.
He just got punched you in the chest? Okay. And so what really happened to the side of your face? Yeah, so everything you told the lady over there. Go ahead and tell me what you told her.
Honestly, she didn't ask me about my face.
Okay.
Or right here.
Mm-hmm.
She just asked me about my arms.
Okay.
Told her the truth.
Okay.
I've been getting hit with a broom. I've been getting hit with a back scratcher. I've been getting hit with fists.
Okay.
And I told her it's not my mom. She's pregnant. She can't really lift anything, do anything. But it's just my dad.
Okay.
He's pretty hard on me.
He said with the broom, with his fists.
And a back scratcher.
And a back scratcher?
Yeah, he had it together, but it was. Oh, I've also got one right here. I forgot to tell you about. Hit me in the face with the back scratcher. That still hurt too. Sorry. I've been getting hit with all those things. The back scratcher was together, but it had cracked. So.
When he hit you, it cracked?
No. It was cracked for a long time. He literally just broke it apart and said it was super good, but he hasn't yet. So he literally just hit me with the side of one, hit me right under my nose, and hit me right here. Or I think right there. But I'm pretty sure he hit me right there.
In the face? That's with the back scratcher?
Yeah.
Thank you for being honest.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Alright. I'll be right back with you, alright? Actually, come over here. Can you hang out with my partner over here?
Yeah.
Alright, boss. Can I stand up for me?
Yeah, can I ask a favor?
What's that?
Not to do it in front of my kids.
Right.
And I'm also supposed to have surgery on my shoulders. So
Okay.
I'm not supposed to.
We'll let your daughter walk out for a second. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm supposed to have surgery on my shoulders, so it's going to be really hard.
Alright. Let's take a go.
Do I need any of that?
Do you want it?
I mean, I don't need the phone or the keys, but do I need ID or anything? I don't know how to.
Yep, you don't need anything. Unless you want it, you don't need anything.
Okay. Will you just lock the car up? She'll need Alright, she'll also need a ride home because she can't drive.
Place the car.
Oh.
Put your hands down. Here you go. Cool.
Got my pants up.
What's up?
My pants.
Thank
And she'll have all the information she'll need to contact me or find out.
Yeah, we'll sure she do all that. Alright. You grab all his stuff?
Yeah.
Come inside.
After 30 minutes of stories about nightstands and carpet burns and table legs, the stepfather gets arrested. And his first request is not a lawyer. It is not his rights. It is, please not in front of my kids. The man who punched an 11-year-old in the chest this morning does not want that 11-year-old to see him in handcuffs. Think about what that tells you. He spent this entire encounter trying to control how he was perceived, the military background, the housing struggles, the discipline framing. And now, at the very end, when all of it has collapsed, his final move is still about image. He also mentions shoulder surgery and says the handcuffing is going to be hard on him physically. If he can describe a broom hitting his stepson's face without flinching, the shoulder surgery claim can wait. Now let us talk about how this investigation actually got here, and then something much bigger.
I'm one of the detectives that's working the case over here. Yes. Did you guys ever hear anything, suspect anything? Did anything like stand out to any of you guys with them?
I mean, like what? What exactly?
Like anything involving like the 11-year-old boy?
Yeah, so, I mean, I know he told me some stuff, but I don't know. I never physically saw anything.
The boy told you stuff?
No, the Mr. Wilson.
Oh. Did you ever see any marks or bruises on the boy?
No, that's the thing. I've talked to them. They came out and talked to us a couple times, and they would get their room clean. We see the little girl. We would just talk to him. I would see him in the morning when I'm coming in because he sleeps in 125. He would just come out and say hey or ask for like sheets and blankets. Nothing too crazy. I mean, like the other day, I think Mr. Wilson was talking to me. He had, and I mean, I just because he said it, I have to say it because it was like he was saying that they, like, I guess he had like marks from like martial arts or something like this, and then he also said like they would spar, like fist fight with each other playfully. So I mean, he said that to me yesterday. So he might have like some bruises on him, but nothing. I never physically saw them.
And you never heard anything?
No, I never physically heard anything because they originally were down this way. And they recently moved this way because there was like a leak in the room.
I was working at the restaurant that night, and a family came in like a regular family. I observed that everyone received the food, but not the kid. This kept my attention, and I went to the table to ask if was something wrong with the food. And the man told me that no, that was everything fine, and that the boy is gonna have his dinner at home that night. And in this time, the boy was using a hoodie, a mask, and a glass. So we was not able to see much of his face. But I could see that he had a big scratch on between his eyebrows. And a couple minutes later, I saw some bruise on his, the side of his eyes. I feel that something really wrong was happened there with the kid. I start thinking what I should do and what I could do. So thank God he was sitting in the only chair that I was able to show him a sign because he could see me, but the parents don't. I wrote a sign asking him if he was okay, and he nodded no. I knew it that he is afraid or he's not comfortable saying that he needs help. Couple minutes later, I wrote another sign asking him if he needs help. And this is when he nodded yes and make a movement with his hand like that, showing that he didn't know what to do. And was when I called.
Before we get to what the boy eventually tells the officer, we need to talk about the woman who started all of this. She was working the restaurant that night. She noticed that every person at the family's table received food. Every person except the child. She went to the table and asked if something was wrong with the food. The man said no. The boy was going to eat at home. She accepted that and walked away. But she kept watching. The boy was wearing a hoodie, a mask, and glasses, deliberately covered. She saw a scratch between his eyebrows, then bruising near his eyes. And she did something that most people in her position do not do. She did not look away. She did not tell herself it was not her business. She found a position where she could see the boy, but the parents could not see her. She held up a handwritten sign asking if he was okay. He shook his head no. She wrote another sign. Do you need help? He nodded yes, and made a small gesture with his hand that said, I do not know what to do. She called the police. Under Florida Statute 397.014, any person who knows or has reasonable cause to suspect that a child is abused is encouraged to report it. Florida also extends mandatory reporting obligations to a wide category of people, including anyone who works with children or who witnesses indicators of abuse in a professional context. She was working, she was in a professional setting, she acted, and under Florida Statute 397.017, good faith reporters are immune from civil or criminal liability. She was legally protected the moment she picked up that phone. But what she did was more than legally compliant. It was the only reason this child was found. Because abuse does not usually announce itself. It sits at a restaurant table wearing a hoodie and glasses and tells people everything is fine. It relies on the discomfort of strangers. The social contract that says, mind your own business. The fear of being wrong. She broke that contract twice. Because the first sign was not enough and she tried again. Now let us talk about what the stepfather built in that hotel room. Every explanation he gave the officer had a specific legal function. It was not just talking. It was a narrative architecture designed to provide innocent causation for each visible injury before an officer could ask about it. The nose is carpet burn from planks. The cheek is the table leg. The arm he does not know about. He has seen it for a week and a half but never asked. The boy is a liar. The boy has ADHD. The boy is difficult. The transition has been hard. They are homeless. He is a veteran. Disney laid him off. Each piece of this is designed to do something. The discipline explanation frames the physical contact as parenting. The lying accusation pre-discredits the child before he speaks. The housing instability invites sympathy. The military background suggests structure, not abuse. The ADHD diagnosis explains away the boy's behavior as a medical condition rather than a response to fear. This is what investigators call a prepared narrative. And the legal problem with it is not that the individual pieces are impossible. It is that together they create a pattern that requires every injury to have a separate innocent explanation with no common cause. A nightstand for one side of the face, a table leg for the other, carpet burn for the nose, unknown cause for the entire right arm. And he noticed the arm bruising a week and a half ago and never asked the boy about it. The officer says it plainly, that is just not a good look. He is right, and that understatement is carrying the entire weight of what he already suspects. Then the boy rolls up his sleeve, bruising from shoulder to wrist on the right arm. The officer looks at it, then asks about the chest. The boy says he has one there too. The officer asks where it came from. The boy says, probably where he punched me this morning. That sentence is the moment the entire narrative the stepfather built collapses. Because a punch to the chest this morning is not a nightstand. It is not a table leg. It is not carpet burn. It is a current, ongoing, deliberate act of violence. And it happened today. The officer goes back in. He asks the boy again what really happened to his face. And this time, piece by piece, the boy tells the truth. Broom, back scratcher, fists. He describes the back scratcher breaking on him. He says his stepfather hit him right under the nose with the broken piece and right there on his face. He touches the spots while he is talking. He is precise. He is calm. He is apologetic about forgetting details because of the headache he has. He offers his birthday. He offers to write things down. He is 11 years old, and he is giving evidence with more composure than most adults manage in that situation. That composure is one of the most important things to understand about this case. People sometimes wonder why children in abuse situations do not simply tell the truth immediately. The answer is that children in chronic abuse situations learn over years how to manage information. They learn which stories keep the peace. They learn that telling the wrong person the wrong thing at the wrong time makes things worse when they get home. This boy had been living with this for long enough that his first instinct was to protect the story he had been given, not because he was a liar, because he was surviving. It took multiple conversations, multiple approaches, and finally physical evidence from that morning to give him enough safety to begin telling the truth. The officer handles this exactly correctly. He does not push. He circles back. He compares stories gently. He creates a space where the boy feels heard without feeling pressured. And when the truth comes in pieces, the officer accepts each piece and moves to the next question. That is the investigative technique that produced this disclosure. Legally, this disclosure is significant beyond just the immediate charges. In Florida, child testimony in abuse cases is subject to specific evidentiary rules. Florida Statute 920.594 provides procedures for child witnesses in criminal proceedings to reduce trauma during testimony. The consistency and specificity of the boy's disclosure, the names of specific objects, the locations of injuries, the sequence of events, all of that builds a credible evidentiary record that a prosecution can work with even if the child later becomes reluctant to testify. The stepfather is arrested. The mother is arrested too, for failure to protect. That charge deserves examination because it is the one people sometimes question. She is pregnant. The boy himself says she is not hitting him. Why is she arrested? Under Florida Statute 827.03, child abuse includes the willful or culpable negligence of a caregiver that causes or is likely to cause harm to a child. A parent who is aware that their child is being physically abused and does nothing to stop it commits neglect under Florida law. The boy has been sleeping alone in a separate hotel room. She is absent most days. The bruising has been visible for a week and a half by the stepfather's own admission. She has a legal duty to protect her son. Pregnancy does not suspend that duty. The stepfather receives a life sentence. Let that carry the weight it deserves. This was not a one-time incident. This was not a frustrated parent who went too far once. This was a documented, patterned, ongoing course of physical abuse against an 11-year-old child living alone in a hotel room with nowhere to go. The sentencing reflects what the evidence ultimately showed. A child being systematically harmed by the adult in his home while the other adult looked away. And none of it comes to light without one restaurant worker who noticed that one child was not eating. She did not have a law enforcement background. She did not have special training. She had a clear line of sight to a boy who was trying to disappear into a hoodie on New Year's Day. And she had the courage to ask the question twice. That is the lesson this video carries, not just for law enforcement, for everyone. If you see something that does not feel right about how a child is being treated, Florida has a child abuse hotline, 1-800-9-607-223. You can report anonymously. You are legally protected if you report in good faith, and you might be the only adult in that child's life who is paying close enough attention to notice she was. And it mattered. Nothing in this video is legal advice. We are not practicing attorneys. All commentary is for education, awareness, and accountability. This is proof on record.